So now, speaking of old movies, and this came out in like the 90s, so technically it is old. I think it's like 25 years old. Let's talk about Wild Things. So, Wild Things, I remember when this movie first came out, I did go to the movies to see it because, first of all, at the time, Nev Campbell's career was blowing up. She was in Scream, she did The Craft. Then she did this movie. So anything Nev Campbell was in, I was definitely watching. And then Denise Richards was also in it. I was obsessed with Denise Richards back in the day. She's a mess now, but I love me some Denise Richards. And then on top of that, there was this ongoing rumor because this movie was like all about like these real sex twists and turns and things. There was a rumor that was floating around that Kevin Bacon was supposed to have a same sex scene with Matt Dillon. So that also, of course, when you are a young homosexual, um, that also played into why I wanted to see this movie. So the twisty thriller known best for its steamy kiss between Nev Campbell and Denise Richards, and also Kevin Bacon going full frontal, and he is packing. Shout out to Kara Sedgwick. Originally had another literally steamy gay sex scene, according to director John McNaughton. Now, while speaking to Esquire as part of the publications for the record video series, actor Kevin Bacon revealed that a shower scene featuring a kiss between him and actor Matt Dillon was cut from the 1998 erotic thriller. Now, Bacon says the script originally featured a different version of a scene in which Dillon, who plays guidance counselor Sam Lombardo, finds Bacon, who plays police sergeant Ray Duquette, naked in the shower. In the version Bacon signed on to, the two men kiss. He said, quote, in the original script, we started making out. Part of what was crazy about the movie was that there were all these twists. That was the hook of the movie. So to me, that was a great twist. I was like, that'd be an awesome twist. And that was something that we hadn't really seen in a lot of movies at that time, especially in the 90s. He said, and then they said that if it wasn't already evident that Bacon was excited for the chance to kiss Dillon, the actor went even further and complimented his co-star's good looks. When asked by someone off screen whether he was attached to the cut scene, Bacon said, I definitely was. Look at him. He's gorgeous. Now, Bacon said that the scene was cut before they shot the film, so sadly there was no footage on the cutting room floor. Though the kiss between Dillon and Bacon never made it to celluloid, Wild Things is famous or infamous for its same-sex kiss between stars Nev Campbell and Denise Richards, who both play students who have accused Dillon's guidance counselor character of the R word. There's a lot to the plot, so if you haven't seen it, I would say definitely check this movie out. Now, Bacon is not the only member of the Wild Things family who has spoken about the scene before. Now, in an interview with Total Film in 2005, Dillon also discussed the scene, though unlike Bacon, he seemed much less excited about it. He said, I was relieved when they got rid of that scene. He said, Kevin seemed to be pretty attached to it, though. As a which is funny, is like he was like, yeah, Kevin was pretty gung-ho to do it. I wasn't really all that comfortable doing it. I mean, when you signed on for the movie, did you not know that scene was coming? Because Kevin said, yeah, when he signed on to the script, when he signed on to play the movie, that was the scene in the script that pulled them in. Because I guess at the time, especially in the 90s, that wasn't something that you saw often. Whereas like this big Hollywood film, and it was released in theaters, that would play into this twist of everybody up in here messing with this one, hunching this one, who's connected with this one, what's going on. So now, and that was the one thing I loved about Wild Things. Like, yeah, there was so many twists and turns in the movie, and I think that was the overall hook. So I haven't seen it in a while, so I definitely need to go. I definitely need to go check it out, though. So now in 2023, Wild Things director John McNaughton also spoke with Entertainment Weekly about his much storied lip lock. He said that he received some pushback on the proposed scene, which led to it being nixed, saying, I love surprise and I love stuff that I don't see coming, he said. But in that moment, it was like, you win some, you lose some, we're moving on. While McNaughton didn't say who gave him pushback, EW said that the director refused to specify which star did not want to shoot the homoerotic tryst. Well, if you're saying which star, we all know it was Matt Dillon. Who sidebar, I liked his brother Kevin. You don't really see Kevin in a lot of stuff. The last time we seen Kevin Dillon in something was Entourage. But I liked him in The Blob, the remake. We had the mullet. So I always like Kevin Dillon. I like Matt Dillon too. First of all, yeah, it is true. Matt Dillon is hot. I mean, look at the picture of him on the right. Who wouldn't want to make out with him? And Matt Dillon was a star back in the day. So they also said that Well, so we're hearing conflicting reports because in 2005, Kevin Bacon said the film's investors were behind the cut. He said, I thought it was great because the whole movie was about secrets coming out, right? As reveals go, that one was just huge. Unfortunately, the financiers didn't like the idea of men making out. They felt it went too far. They felt it wasn't right. No, you were feeling, you were in your feelings. You didn't want to see something like that. So you didn't want to invest in that twist. And I wish, so this is the one thing I hate about art. It's like if you have an idea and you want to do things, be it for shock value or yeah, there's some interesting twists or there's a scenario in the film that you didn't see coming. You just want to be an artist. But when you have investors who are like, well, if I'm putting money into your situation, then there's things in this film that I want you to take out. But I'm like, but if you're investing in the project, why does things have to be taken out or removed or whatever the case is? If you want to invest in the project, invest in what is there and why the movie is what it is. But this is not how a lot of them think. So the financiers didn't want to deal with it. And then you had Matt Dillon didn't want to shoot the scene because he probably at the time, in the 90s, they probably felt like, oh, there's gay stuff up in here. How is this going to affect my career? Especially when you see two men kiss, because you've always heard that old wives' tale of like, if you do a gay sex scene, if you portray a sexually fluid man or whatever the case is, it's going to ruin your career. You're never going to work in this town again. There's always been those stereotypes. I mean, now the times have changed, but the way this administration is going, it seems like we're going backwards in a lot of stuff. But for the most part, that one, I feel like if Wild Things was released today, that scene would have went. I feel like that scene would have happened, but back then, because it was the 90s, it was like it's a much easier pill to swallow for two women to go and make out and have a scene together versus two men. Hence, like this last episode of The Last of Us, if you know, you know what I'm talking about with that. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Are you a fan of Wild Things? Have you seen the movie? And are you disappointed when you find out like the tea behind the scenes of that film on why that same-sex male scene was cut from the movie? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.